Good day, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about graphing inequalities. And we can actually do this on a number line quite effectively. So let's dive right into it. So let's say we have a number, any number, that is greater than -2. How can we represent that on a number line? Well, first of all, we can circle -2. Now, the thing about that is we're not going to fill in the circle. We're just going to circle it like this because it does not include -2. It's actually any number replaced for x that is going to be greater than -2. And then you just go to the numbers that are greater than -2. And really, any number to the right of -2 is going to be greater than -2. So we do the open circle because it doesn't include -2. And we do the arrow all the way to the right because it's all the numbers that are greater than -2. Now let's try a few more examples. Let's go ahead and erase this. And let's write another inequality. This time, let's say x is going to be greater than or equal to. So it'll be greater than or equal to. So we'll put the line under that to indicate that. And let's say it's greater than or equal to -4. Well, we need to go find -4 on the number line. So let's go ahead and do that. And we need to circle it. Except this time, it's including -4 because it can be greater than or equal to. So we're going to go ahead and fill in -4. And then we're going to ask ourselves, is -3 greater than -4? Yes. Is -2 greater than -4? Yes. Is 0 greater than -4? Yes. Is 1, is 2, is 3, all the way up to infinity greater than -4? Yes. And so that's why we would do the arrow all the way to the right. All right, so now we've done greater than or equal to. Let's go ahead and do the opposite. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this and do less than or equal to. So we'll go ahead and erase this bad boy. And let's put a less than or equal to sign. And let's say it's less than or equal to -6. Okay. So now we need to find -6 on the number line, which we found it. Now, because it can be equal to it, it says less than or equal to, we're going to fill it in because that'll show that it includes -6. It's like giving -6 a big old hug. But now we need to represent all the values less than -6. And we know that all the values less than -6 are going to be to the left of -6 on the number line, which is why we drew the arrow that way. Also, you may or may not have noticed, but these inequality signs tend to point to the direction of the arrow. Just a little bit of a hint. Now, let's do a few more examples just to solidify this. Let's now do x is greater than something. So let's go ahead and draw this real quick. So x is greater than 5. X is greater than 5. And how can we represent that? Well, first we got to go to the number line and we got to find 5. There's 5. And now we have to ask ourselves, what numbers are greater than 5? Well, first of all, I should say, is it an open circle or closed circle? Well, it's going to be an open circle because it does not include 5. It's all the numbers greater than 5. Is 6 greater than 5? Is 7 greater than 5? Is a bazillion greater than 5? Whoops. What is going on with my line? Yeah, basically everything to the right of 5 is going to be greater than 5, and so we put the arrow all the way to the right. But again, the inequality tends to point the direction. So let's go ahead and try another example. Let's go ahead and for this one, sorry, my nose itches. Let's do x is greater than -1. X is greater than -1. Now, we're going to find -1 on the number line. Happens to be right there. Is it going to be open or is it going to be closed? Well, if you said open, then you're absolutely correct because it does not include -1. It is just greater than -1. So then we just put an arrow indicating all the numbers that are greater than -1. And we know that all the numbers to the right of negative 1 are greater than negative 1. And once again, the inequality points out the way. And just for kicks and giggles, let's do one more example. Let's do x is greater than or equal to negative 3. And let's go ahead and circle this negative 3. Now, is it going to be an open or closed circle? Well, it's going to be a closed one because it includes negative 3. And then it's an arrow to the right because is negative 2 greater than negative 3? Is negative 1? Is 0? Is 1? Is 2? Is 3? Is 4? Is 5? Is 6? All the numbers to the right of negative 3 are greater than negative 3. So, and again, the inequality points the way, but it includes negative 3, which is why the circle is filled in. Anyways, that's all for now. I hope that was helpful in graphing inequalities. Have a good one.